Hey!
Hello!
Hey everyone, this is Peter Stone and
this is Fabio.
Fabio's from Italy. Peter, well, he doesn't really know where he's from anymore, but living in Thailand. Fabio lives in Thailand.
Yes. I don't even know where I'm from.
I know. Yes. Well, just tell them what you do a little bit, Fabio.
Yes, I am officially a digital nomad. So I travel the world and work on my computer. I was born in Italy and I spent the last 7 years in London. And now since December, I started traveling. I went to India and then Thailand. And the last 5 months I've been in Thailand doing my IT work, and the main reason why I chose Thailand was because of I love detoxification and spirituality, and these two things I found the sweet spot in Koh Phangan to do yoga, meditation, and to do my cleanses and enjoy the weather and the fruit there and the people and the vibe. So I feel blissful.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here with you, Peter.
Yeah. Well,
it's good to see you.
Yeah, it's always good to see Fabio. I mean, we've known each other for years. We belong to this group called the Global Information Network a long time ago, and that was about raising your vibration and what was it? Your wish is your command, which is really a very inspirational 12 CD set that inspired both of us. So that's where we met, at one of those events. But that group was so cool. They chartered whole ships, 2,500 people. And I am very grateful, and I worked hard at it. But their official jewelry line was the jewelry line of Peter Stone Jewelry. So myself and my family, my daughter was 10, she was out socializing with all the speakers and everything and all the people there, and got to get decked out and had fun, and we were on the cruise for a week, 2 cruises back to back. And Fabio, we would meet in Las Vegas and all over the place at these different events. Then Fabio one day said, "Hey man, I'm coming to Thailand," and I think that was like 4 years ago. So we met at Foodland,
yes,
and we had a little chat, and we didn't have Facebook Live then, but we had a recording, and we recorded a couple of things, and Fabio stopped in at Peter Stone Company. He spent a few days before. Where were you going? Were you just visiting?
I was still going to Koh Phangan and Koh Samui to do my detox stuff.
Detox,
yes.
Yeah.
It was the same plan.
Yeah, so I think I have a pretty good grasp on health, but Fabio blows me away because he does whole foods. I do whole foods, but he does raw all the time. Raw fruit. Tell him what you do. How's your diet? I mean, he's like, I saw him 4 months ago. He stopped at my home, and we had another meeting like this. He's on his way to London now. So he was a pretty good health, but he's different now after 4 months of total detox. I mean, his whole energy is at a big high level, and we vibrate because we have really high level, both of us. But tell us,
thanks Peter, I appreciate the comment, and it's detoxification and natural health is my passion, together with the spiritual work and understanding the nature of who we truly are. And I've been on this health journey for about 18 years.
Oh, 18?
Yes, and now 2 years ago I found what I believe to be one of my top teachers that I have, and I certified with him as a detox specialist, and he's Dr. Morse.
Dr. Morse,
yes, yeah. And he is on YouTube, all over YouTube, so if somebody is interested in natural health and natural cures, that for me today is the best, is the top of the mountain, the guy to go to, and he basically recommends a diet, and this is for detoxification. He teaches a system of called regenerative detoxification, which is it's not a lifestyle, although it will become sort of a lifestyle when you do it more and more. But basically, is using fruits and herbs to detox our system and to become healthier.
Yeah.
And the fruit, why? Because and please stop me when it's too long.
No, that's okay. Just give them the overview.
Okay, the overview. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Because when we talk about fruit, the two main questions that we get from people are, what about the sugar, and where are my proteins?
Yeah, right. So
boom. Okay, so.
Right.
So the sugar, we have to say that it's a very, very different. The sugar that is in the fruit that Mother Nature put into there, together with all the other substances and enzymes and bioflavonoids and phytonutrients, it's a complete different sugar than the refined crap. Sorry for the French, but the stuff that we are served when we are talking about processed food. So there is a truth about being careful and mindful of not eating too much sugar or complex carbs, but ironically, actually, the complex carbs have more sugar than the fruit because they're complex.
Right.
So when you eat rice and pasta and bread and stuff like that, you're eating more sugar than when you eat fruit. It's a different sugar.
Plus, that's refined in most cases.
It's also refined, yes. But even the sugar, the refined sugar, the complex carbohydrates that are in rice, even if it's all rice.
Chris said hello.
Oh, hello. Hi, Chris. Good to see you. It's great to be connected in real time. On Facebook. And so basically the sugar that comes with the fruit is natural sugar and is healthy and is actually our main source of energy, because we are carbon-based beings and we are carbon-based beings, so we use that as a fuel. And we can do ketosis, but that's an emergency backup system that people use to lose weight, but it's not really meant to be the primary source of the primary operational mode in which we function. So it's stressful for the body, and long term it can be detrimental for health as well. Something that I felt I wanted to mention. But going to the second question, what about my proteins? There is a myth that we need a lot of proteins. So proteins are acids. And if you look at
amino acids.
They are.
There you go.
And so an acid is not good, as we know, for the body. The body thrives more in an alkaline system. I mean, we need both, so we need kind of a balance, but we need to go through the alkaline side of it. So acid basically burns down things, and everything that ends in itis, like arthritis, tendinitis, and all these itis, they are acid states in the body. So they are degenerative states of the body. And when we alkalize, we heal and we hydrate and we bring in minerals and so the proteins. We need proteins, of course. It's like fire and water, acid and alkaline in this context. We need both. Both are essential, but the excess of both can be detrimental. We can drown in water, we can burn in fire, but fire is also good because we can warm up with fire, and water is also good because we can drink it, and so it's only the excess that is not good. But so the proteins, there is a myth that we need a lot of proteins to be healthy. But if we look at mother's milk, for example, we know that about 8% of it is carbohydrates, about half of it or less, like 3.5%, is fat, and less than 1% is proteins, like 0.89% of the mother's milk is protein. And this is for a baby. That is a massive body builder. So it's not builder like the gene, but growing everything is growing, the bones, growing tendons, is growing everything. You can see the babies grow, like you buy the shoes, and after 2 weeks the shoes they don't fit anymore because they're growing so fast, and they only need, at that stage of growth, only less than 1% protein.
Really?
Yes.
Oh yeah. So the protein is kind of a myth, and if you eat all proteins, your body's going to be acid.
Yes.
And if you don't have enough carbs, you're not going to have energy.
Yes.
Or even sugars, especially natural sugars. And so my diet in the morning is a plate of fruit, which I've posted probably 15 times. But I love papaya. It's a great enzyme for digesting proteins, right?
Yes.
But they told me yesterday at the clinic that I will be going live from, that I was at this morning, speaking in Bangkok, a holistic clinic. We'll be doing much more live there, and that's about energy balance, your health testing, and finding out where you are. And that's at a starter level. I mean, Fabio is at the advanced level where he's doing real long-term detox to get, well, he won't describe everything that he gets out of the body, but some of it's pretty disgusting. And I used to say, when I was living here in Thailand, you gotta drink a lot of water. And yeah, there you go. So, so you got the water. So in Thailand, they used to have some open sewers and some that weren't. And there's a dry season here. And I would say, your body, internally, if you don't put water, it gets like the sewer system. Any sewer system, anything that needs to be flushed. And that's how we determine. That's how I determined where the street food is that I should eat. If they have clean running water, flushing water, then I will eat there. But if they don't have any clean running water, you'll never catch me eating there. If they got a bucket of water and they wash things there, no. And those for the sewage system in our body. So our lymph system is kind of our sewage system, and you can't get rid of that toxin unless you're physically active. You have to get your lymph glands moving, and you can massage it, you can beat it, but like a trampoline's good. Remember we learned about the
rebounding.
Rebounding. I still have that. I carried a rebounder back to the United States, and I bought one here way back from Tony Robbins, actually back in 1999. So we've been doing a lot of studying of the masters together.
Yes, and so such a great point, Peter, about the immune system, because this is one of the missing links in the detox community. That most of the people in the detox community really focus on the bowels, which is great, but it's not enough. So it's both. It's the bowels and it's the lymphatic system, because the lymphatic system is really like it's like if you have a kitchen and a sink. The kitchen or a septic tank, let's say, in the house, where the stuff goes to be disposed.
Right.
So the kitchen is like the blood, bringing the supply of nutrients to the cell.
Okay.
And the lymphatic system is like the sink or the toilet, just getting up stuff. And the problem is that we focus a lot as a society on nutrition, bringing more supply, but we don't put enough emphasis on cleansing.
Elimination of toxins and build those proteins, acids, everything. Right?
Exactly. It's like if you look at a house, like a complex, and you have, like, let's say that you cook every day in your kitchen, and then you take the garbage, and rather than putting the garbage out, you put it in your living room, okay? And then the next day another bag, and the next day another bag, and after a week, after a month, after there is all this garbage in the house that is piling up.
Yeah.
And that is.
But even though you keep putting good stuff in there,
it's not enough.
You got to have water to help some of it, but you got to get that lymph system activated. Kevin, hey, Gary, how you guys?
And talking about the lymph system, of course, as you mentioned, Peter, the movement is super important, but the other important aspect, that's why it's so good, that is about fruit. Because the fruit is also acid, but in a good way, because it's the alkaline ash. It's acid if you like radiation, but it has the byproduct of the metabolic process is alkaline. So it lives in the body alkaline ashes, which is good.
Alkaline ashes,
yes.
Right.
But that astringency that the fruit brings helps. It's like when you clean, if you cook something really greasy in a pan, and then you can use lemon to degrease it. And it's the same in our body. Because
like a degreaser. Exactly. Eat lemons and eat limes, a degreaser. I actually, as a little, every morning I take my glass and I fill it. Well, I leave my meat in my house. So with fresh piece of lime for tank. And then I found a new vinegar, coconut vinegar. It's like half the price of the imported apple cider vinegar. And so I give a good shot of apple cider vinegar with a glass of water. But I do put my 9 essential amino acids in there. I throw a little GR formula and stir it up and shoot it down with the other stuff.
Awesome.
Yeah. Yes. So that's. So I didn't even know what I was doing, but I read that I should be eating lemon and lime, but I didn't know I was degreasing.
And because the lymphatic system is a lipid based.
Yeah.
So and this body use lipids or the fats as a buffer system for toxins. So lymphatic system is basically storing toxins, and lymphatic system in the ideal world should be like a mountain river, as you said earlier, like this fresh water flowing.
Yeah.
But in the modern society in which we live, it's more like a stagnant pond, and it is greasy and it's kind of slimy because the body is using the lipid base, and when it slows down, it becomes like a pond where stuff happening, and bacteria are not bad. It's like the bacteria in the septic tank in the house. They have to be there because they are breaking down.
Yeah, right.
Garbage.
Okay. Yeah.
So
bacteria.
Of the most part of the medicine is still with antibiotics. The bacteria is just because there's a rain for them. There is a rain that invites bacteria to be there because that's what they do. They feed on that stuff and that's their purpose.
Yeah.
So it's not about killing the bacteria because then you have to deal with the dead bodies of the bacteria as well.
But it's more doing some good stuff.
Yes, it's more like modifying the terrain and having this lymphatic system, this river of life, starting to flow again. And another super important aspect of this, without going too deep, but this is important to mention, is that we need to rename the filtration of the kidneys. The kidneys are the out-opening of the lymphatic system. So detoxification, and the other open is the skin. The skin is called the third kidney. And so when we had stuff on the skin, like acne or psoriasis or these things, this is just silly. This time to get out of the body. In
is that right?
Yes.
Interesting.
In what ways it can, because there are no other openings.
So we want to keep our body clean, drink a lot of lemon, and things that acid fruits will flush us out and decrease us.
And all the fruit in general, the acid fruit is the most astringent and the most powerful, but sometimes people have to take it easy and so build up to that level only progressively, not jumping right away into fruit that is astringent. Although drinking the lemon water in the morning with water is a great thing to do all the time. But I'm just saying this because maybe some people feel compelled to jump into eating only citruses, which is it's going to be a very tough case. And for some people, good if they're already on that. But for other people, if they're eating something like drinking or smoking, and they jump into it right away, it's going to be quite a roller coaster journey, emotionally, mentally, and physically. Yes.
Yeah. So if anyone actually has any questions on that, you can just leave messages here, and Fabio. He's an expert on this. I'm just, I read a little, I do a little, I read a little, I do a little more. But he's studied, probably a master at this point because the things I've known about him in the last 4 years about the detox is very, he's been like full on. So apparently, this could get very long, very deep, but Abby and I were discussing how viewers or people who want to be charged might want to chill out, take a 10-day break. This clinic that will be, you go to petersonlive.com, we posted, I'm not sure it's there yet, like an application to get blood testing. There's a menu of blood testing, of detox, anti-aging, but I'm speaking to the clinic about changing it to a new term that goes more alignment with my mind management and my word sculpting, which is called youthing. Anti-aging sounds, well, it pulls my mind down when I use that word. It's kind of like, it's not uplifting.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh my God, I gotta think about fighting this thing, and it just totally are less than useful. So a couple of clinics I've gone to in hospitals here in Thailand, talking to the marketing managers, so I'm in deep contact at this clinic, has considered being one of the only clinics that would have a youthing program as opposed to the anti-aging that you see everywhere. Well, I'm quite frankly pretty damn tired of the word anti-aging because it's BS. My focus is on getting younger and staying more youthful as I get wiser, because now I've got the wisdom to know the difference. And
totally, Peter. I so agree with this, because the mind thinks in pictures. So when we think about what we don't want, anti-aging is like thinking about what we don't want. So it's negative goal setting.
That's right. Aging.
Yes.
I mean,
like,
you could say the anti, but the focus is still.
Yes. It's like being against something, and what we resist persists, because attention brings energy, right? So if I am anti something, I am keeping it on, because it's like, for example,
keeping it in your conscious,
in your feeding it with your attention, which gives it. So it's like in terms of visualization and future pace.
Very good, yeah.
It's, when somebody asks, for example, they want an ideal partner, they want somebody. There is a big difference between saying, I want somebody who doesn't smoke, or I want somebody who goes to the gym. Right. Because somebody who doesn't smoke, what's the mental picture? Is smoking.
Right.
So that doesn't fall, and the smoke remains, and so what you're going to attract or manifest most likely, because the mental picture is...
The smokers keep showing up, and they wonder why I can't have someone who's going to the gym all the time.
Yes. But if you think, I want somebody who runs or goes to the gym, or does yoga, or is into fitness, that's a positive. So I agree with you 100%. Much better to say, I want youth or pro health rather than totally agree.
Yeah. So there you go. You can look out for the pro-youth thing and youth thing post coming up. So we're at a place called Coffee, and the last Fabio came through, somehow I clicked and gave him the wrong directions, and we're meeting again today, and he says, Peter, I only have your old directions, so I'm going to that coffee place. So that's where I'll be, because I don't know any other place. He didn't get the address at my house when he was there.
But yeah, it's so nice.
Yeah, so this is a nice place. It's chill.
And tea means good luck.
Yes, exactly. And good coffee and good water. My water's dry, but I'll get yeah, and right across the street there's some beautiful, this is what we're looking at. It's a nice little patio. We'll give you a little view around there's a bakery here. This is kind of it's a fusion Thai restaurant, really. They are working to attract the Western. So there's spaghetti, and there's white toast with butter and stuff we don't eat. Yes. But there's great coffee and juice, fresh squeezed juice. And so it turns out, and massage place I go to all the time is like only 4 doors down here. So I don't know if Fabio wants to get a massage before he goes back to the UK he said, what are you going to do? You're going to go to the UK?
I'm going 3 weeks to be in London, because I still have there, when I left my flat 6 months ago, I put everything in a storage place, and I have to go to sort that out and get rid of some stuff. Less is more,
Yeah.
And so I'm going to spend a couple weeks there, then I'm going to Italy. It's me.
Where are you from?
Near the city is called Sondrio, which is near the Como Lake Como. only people professionally know that because of all
Okay,
so.
help me. Is it
It's in the map.
Milan? Oh yeah,
Yes,
so
it's
I know Milan.
near the border with Switzerland.
Yeah, sure.
And
That's what I thought. You told me.
yes, it's like only 2 hours. It's like 100 kilometers, like no, a little more, like 100 miles driving from Man in the mountains, in the pre-Alps, in the mountains near Switzerland.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be there
Beautiful
for
time of year. Yeah.
yeah. Now it's getting like spring is coming, and I should already be there, but they say it's still
Really, yeah.
yeah. But anyway, coming from here it's gonna be chilly, but here is so hot.
Yeah.
I love it anyway.
And then you said you want to where?
And then I'm going to Sardinia. I will first go a little to see our friends, and then Sardinia to do like probably. I mean, it's gonna be a month in Sardinia. And then I'm doing the fellow and friend. We're gonna do a probably or either a grape fast, eat only grape.
Yeah, grape Italy, we know. Yeah.
Yes, or a juice fast for 3 to 4 weeks.
Yeah.
So that's the plan, and
Oh,
we were still working on it.
Well, you won't need a plane to fly back to Thailand.
Yeah. Yes. And then probably then coming back to Thailand, Taiwan first, maybe then Thailand.
Taiwan?
Taiwan. Yeah.
Any reason for Taiwan?
I love the oolong tea.
Oh yeah, me too. When I used to work on ships, I used to go to Keelung in the north and come in the bottom.
Okay.
And I spent 3 weeks there, and I would go and load up on that ship I worked on. I didn't like the food, so I was second engineer, and I had this big set on this overlooking water view every morning, overlooking around the ship, and I would go to these markets when it's Taiwan. And I you know what? It was white. It's like I thought it was seaweed, but it's actually a fungus. It's like mushroom in the market. But I also went to the tea. I got like 4 or 5 different kinds of tea.
It's so good,
Isn't it?
and it's half fermented, so it's very low in caffeine, and it's like so it doesn't give you the kick. But the fragrance, they even have like sniffing cups there. They have like the sipping cup and the sniffing cup. So you start the tea in the Taiwanese way. You put the tea first in this long and tall and then you put it in the sipping cup, because then you smell the just air. The fragrance from the sipping cup is so cool. Yeah. So and they also love the Taiwanese incense.
Oh really?
Meditation incense.
So
next time
bring some. Check out. Cool. Well, that's what happens when you travel around the world. And by the way, Fabio's working full time, 9 to 5. He got a 9 to 5 job.
Yeah.
But his office is wherever he wants it to be. He made a deal with a company, and he works online with them, and so now he's got his whole in-office pay. But he gets to do what he's passionate about and be where he wants to be. I mean, he scored this job last January. I mean, he went out and tried to start a couple of different businesses. And, he's learning, I'm learning. We all get out there and that kind of a topic is that we were talking about and maybe like a cruise to Sri Lanka or something for a week and do some detox, get some real good Thai massage, count the stars, get some yoga, stretching, breathing, creative writing, just to get some stuff out of your head, download and unwind. I mean, it's limitless. But I can promise you one thing, if you went on a cruise with us, and there's a few other people involved, you'll never be the same on the outside. I promise you. And you will leave with a new vision and a new horizon and elevated energy on life. and it will give you a different perspective every time you go, right? Every time you take on a challenge.
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, Peter, I mean, this idea of recording this video started because we were just talking and we said, man, I mean, this is so transformational. The detoxification process is so transformational. It's like blowing off the lid of your potentialities. It's like, really, you don't even know where you're gonna be. And I'm serious because...
Tell them about what you were telling me about take a test before you detox, take a test after.
Oh, yeah.
Your ability for your mind to operate, your intelligence is better. Your ability to operate your mind is better.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, the mind fog, your vision on your purpose, the way your mind operates, and your emotional stability.
That's another.
Yes, always connection with this ideology of self-actualization and understanding who we really are. Yeah. It's amazing. But even without going there, at the mental level, there is so much clarity coming in, and so much potential even to be productive in life and to be remember things and ideas and clarity. Because and this just makes sense because if you think about our machinery, our biological machinery, when it's clogged with stagnant, it's slow. So it's not your car. I mean, everybody brings their car to do the checkup.
Yeah, I know, but
not people they it's like putting to bed. To bed, and everything. But when it comes to ourselves, doing the best way to invest, because taking care of this vehicle is just a vehicle, but still, nonetheless, is needed to play the game in which you are living your life, which we are playing or living.
That's it. And if you're not around to take care of your dog or kitty cat, or your car, it's still to be fine. The house, not here. Yeah. But we have a capacity to either go or straight up. Or we can go at any angle we want. We can go slowly up, or we can go slowly, painfully down. So we have the choice. And I used to talk about that on TV show, Stepping Out, making 2017 the best year yet. Well, 2018, 2019, they get better and better.
Every year is going to be best.
That's
all
right.
The time.
Exactly. So we got to do this good stuff. I mean, you don't have to do anything, but it's not a deal.
Yeah, we just thought, why not sharing this? Because this has been a journey that we both experienced directly firsthand, and it's so much empowering. I thought what shit, and just in the spirit of giving value and bringing this topic to the attention of the most people we can, because it's really spreading the love and spreading the good vibes and the energy.
Yeah, and we'll be doing a few Zoom calls from London and Thailand, London in little town Manchester by the sea. I've taken my jet ski out someplace, and I don't know where I'm going, anywhere between Massachusetts and Canada. I've got this trip. It's not planned. It's kind of like, what's the weather saying? Where's the wind blowing? Where's the energy? So, wherever that Zoom call could be, Sardinia.
Yes.
I don't know. So just check it every now and then, and I learn a ton of stuff.
Me too.
So we're all learning a ton of stuff. So if you want to learn a ton of stuff about health and lifting up the energy, man, and hey, stop over to Thailand sometime. Love to have you. I mean, get some real good fruit, vegetables, food. Okay.
Yeah, it's such a lovely place, Thailand. It's super lovely.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm sure you're gonna love it.
Yeah, special people here. And Fabio, he spends, where's the island? Koh Phangan. Yeah, Koh Phangan, where it's really lush and green. It is particularly cleaner and fresher than it is here in Bangkok. There's so many people. So he gets that added oxygenation and probably more ozone down there, too, I would imagine, yeah.
Yeah, it's still a kind of a pristine island. There is no airport. It's kind of takes a little bit like a day to get there.
Yeah, it's an adventure.
It's an adventure. Yes, you have to take the ferry, and but it's once you're there, it's like super. You're into the nature, and it's a completely different vibe.
Yeah, so that brought to life warmed off me. So I hear people talking about struggle. Oh man, get the struggle. One guy he says on the struggle. I mean, I get that. Brendan Short on the struggle, but I think my life I didn't look at struggle because it's like anti-aging. If I'm focusing on struggle, then what's my income? I'm always going to have something, right? I mean, that's such a point. And what am I thinking about motivation? Who do I want to tell someone who is fit or someone who's anti-smoker or a non-smoker, right? So I took that, and I've always just because my nature is always to turn it around. Well, it's not quite half full, but there's water there, so I'll have some.
Yes, and it's also refillable.
Yes. And so thinking about some people are going to say, oh my God, it's such a long, I got to take a whole day to get from Bangkok out to this island. Yeah, it's an adventure.
Yes, totally worth
it. Yeah. All right, so sun's setting, cafe's empty. Tell the children, well, you go when you want to go, but we're here and hope that you found some value. And we're just here talking. We wanted it on the record.
Thanks for having me on this video. We're gonna go continue to enjoy each other's flying and spend a lovely evening together.
Yeah, Fabio is flying out tonight to London. Well, tomorrow morning, just after midnight. So I thought about my house since it's only 8 minutes from the airport. I gave him a ride, and no, don't, we chill, have a good time. Who knows, maybe dip his pool too. All right, we'll see y'all later.
Bye, everyone.
Sawasdee Kap.